part 2 of this little brouhaha, the coverage of the confrontation between Crime Sleuthing and Whiteboy Lockdown Radio Matt. Now, before we start, my last description was based off of the transcript. I put it into my GPT and got them to put together a more robust narrative than I could think of. I was testing it out. So before we begin, let me read what Crime Sleuthing left here as, well, a comment. Hey there. Here, let's do it with my voice. I'll change my voice. How's this? Testing 1, 2.
There we go. Hey there. Watching and noting a few things. This one you got backwards. Can you fix it? I don't know, can you? It says, Crime Sleuth countered immediately, challenging Whiteboy's betrayal of her. On your live, show evidence to back that up. Have you been to any events, shared any moments with diverse communities? Her counter question was direct, but Whiteboy dismissed it. He wasn't calling me a racist. I was calling him a racist, and showed receipts on my live, which he refused to show. Okay, so
hold on. It's very possible that the GPT got something wrong based off of the transcript, because we all know that the transcript is based off of Google Translate, and the closed captioning comes up on your screen. So I don't expect it to be accurate, because it's not going to pick up sarcasm. It's not going to pick up certain things. So it's good. Thank you very much for the correction. If it is, I'm going to have to go back and check it out now. Excuse me. These quotes
are things I've said, not me, just so you know, but I don't guess it matters, LOL. The part about Diana is off too. She didn't give him permission to show her messages, but he did. And she wanted him to take down the live. Well, she doesn't have any jurisdiction over his live. She gave me permission to share her messages about that, which I did. He refused to take down the live, saying he could show any of them he wanted. They belonged to him. Once she sent him a message back, nah, bro, that's wrong. That was a private convo, and he exploited her for views. Oh, yeah, he does that, though. He's a YouTube channel. I was standing up for her, which she is very grateful for. How ironic that he claims to be an anti-tragedy pimp. Oh, I know. Yet he is doing the exploiting of a victim's loved ones. Well, hey, that's a whole conversation as well. But like I say, I think he's just doing it all for views in that sense. Hold on, my seat gave way. So she goes on to say, how ironic that he claims to be an anti-tragedy pimp, yet he's doing the exploiting of a victim's loved one. I'm now guessing you did not watch my live on him. Oh, I'm going to now. Yeah, I did a little bit, actually. Or you'd have had a better understanding of this. Moving on. Yes, he did have a Teespring account. Oh, I know. I showed... I know. That was... So I showed the racist merch. Well, that's your opinion. I'm one for freedom of speech. He's got a different opinion. And his own Twitter posts about it with his name on them. And Burnt Toast showed the proof too. I don't know. Oh, okay, I've never seen that. So he can shove it up the wazoo. You know, like he used to enjoy in the pen, I hear, allegedly. Matt, is that true? Have you taken it up the wazoo? Oh, and not figuring...
stupid and or lazy to do his own research. I'm no scammer or liar. Yeah, I've realized. I don't think you're a scammer either. I've made mistakes, and I'm a lot of things, but not those. He's neither mature enough nor intelligent enough to even argue with. He kept talking over me and muting me until I got bored and left. What a waste of space he is, in my opinion. I'm done with him for good. No way. That was a great... You should go up and have... Why don't you go up and have a normal conversation with him? Lastly, at least I'm not scared to face up to him like he is of facing me. That's true. He said he'd be at my live. What did he do? He threatened his wifey to set you up with the street beefs. He's like, oh yeah, you want me to call up Street Beefs right now and set you up with a round robin with my girl, with my wifey here? Oh, that was some funny shit. But anyway, I like Whiteboy, not because he brings accurate news in that sense, but because he tries to believe in the nonsense that he's bringing people. Like, I've never seen a person who's in the lockdown community in that sense, or claims to be champion, who what clearly is child's SX, you know what, inappropriate conduct. That shit gets you thrown off the yard. You be in solitary in that sense. You're risking too much, white boy. But he has that in. He has that in with the parents, and he values that connection more so than the actual people behind it. That's all. So I responded, and by the way, I responded. I didn't actually make that mistake. ChatGPT did. So I got ChatGPT to write you an apology. It's actually pretty funny. Hold on here. All right. So I left her a message here. Let's just scroll up. There we go. It's long. It's long. Look at this. It's going to take her a while to even read that. So, let me change my voice. This is ChatGPT. And 3, 2, 1, go. Hi there. Thank you for your patience. As I clarify and correct my earlier comments, I've reviewed your detailed notes and I can see where I misunderstood or misrepresented parts of the story. I want to sincerely apologize for any frustration or confusion my comments may have caused. Let me address each point carefully, and I appreciate the opportunity to set things right. First and foremost, I got the key exchange between you and Whiteboy completely backward, as you pointed out. It was you calling him out for racist remarks, not the other way around. You also backed up your statements with clear evidence during your live stream, which he chose not to acknowledge. My wording implied otherwise, and I apologize for that misinterpretation. I now understand that you are directly challenging his actions, not defending yourself from his accusations. Next, regarding Diana's messages, I misspoke again. I mistakenly suggested that Diana give Whiteboy permission to share her private messages, when in reality, she did not. He went ahead and showed those private messages without her consent, and Diana's actually asked him to take down that live, which he refused. Meanwhile, you shared Diana's messages only with her permission, and she was grateful for your support in protecting her privacy. You should just see White Boy's face getting red. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. As she was grateful for your support in protecting her privacy, I can see now that your intentions were to stand up for her and prevent further exploitation. And I apologize for twisting that situation. On the issue of White Boy's merch, I now understand the full context of what you shared on your live, including clear proof of his Teespring account selling problematic items with offensive titles. You, along with Burnt Toast, provided solid evidence to confirm this. I misunderstood his use of this material and mistakenly downplayed your role in exposing it. It's evident now that while he did change some of the titles, his new merch closely resembles the original designs, which only adds to the misleading nature of his actions. I also apologize for any implication that this issue stemmed from a misunderstanding on your part. After hearing your explanation, I see that the entire situation could have been avoided if people had fact-checked and verified White Boy's statements before running with his narrative. You came prepared with clear and organized evidence to support your claims, while he brought accusations without any factual backing. This wasn't your misunderstanding, and I'm sorry for framing it that way. Finally, I can see that you made every effort to engage with White Boy directly, and you were open to discussing the issues face to face. His failure to join your live, despite having notice, shows a reluctance to address your points honestly. I implied otherwise and didn't fully acknowledge the courage it took for you to challenge his punk ass openly despite the risks. I want to thank you again for taking the time to explain all of this. I see now how important these details were, not just for accuracy, but for integrity and trust with your audience. I'm committed to learning from this and ensuring that any summaries or responses I share in the future are rooted in full understanding and respect for each person's perspective. Thank you again for helping me get it right.
You can just stay there. She's sitting backstage. We established that. We established that.
You slandered me. You had me mixed up with Avery. You were
No, I
reading
didn't.
things off of your screen that were not mine. They were hers, and you attributed them to me.
So
You were so confused, and you had the audience so confused. You didn't even know what you were talking about.
okay. So I appreciate you for saying that. That was terrific points. Very good points that you've made. Very strong. You should be a fucking lawyer. Even if all that was true.
It
if
is.
all that was true, I would not apologize to you because you have scammed and ripped people off.
I haven't scammed you. Prove it. Prove it right fucking now.
If it's true, I would not apologize to you.
That's not true.
Well, your fifis, you're the one getting all that. Your fifis were hurt so bad that that was like 7 months ago. 7 months ago, it's in your head, rent motherfucking free. So we're doing. I know. I sent Miss Diana a message or two ago. I'll use this to get my apology. And then you're begging me to come on your show. No thanks. It's easy for me to just bait you over here. See how that works? So if I'm a racist and I'm exploiting, why are you always in my chat? I don't hang out with racists and exploiters.
You had me tagged.
What was that?
You had me tagged in that live, remember?
Maybe because you email me and my wife relentlessly and you sound like a nutcase.
That you were
People
the
are going to watch it live and realize, oh yeah, that's that one mental case. I remember when you still talked about it.
You were the one.
You used my content to stir the pot, and now you're trying to get me to apologize for some emails that you wrote. I'm sorry that you think I got you and Avery mixed up, but in reality,
You did.
what I said is you remind me of her. Avery's not here.
That's not what you said.
Avery's not here to defend herself. It is what I said.
Go look at my live. You cannot get on here and do that.
Not doing that. Nope. Not doing that. Avery's not here to defend herself. So
Please.
I can't die around that lady.
You have done lives about her too,
I have.
without her being here to defend herself. So what do you care?
Everyone always has an invite. You're just you're the only one dumb enough to hit the link.
I'm not dumb enough. I'm brave
So
enough.
explain to me again why I owe you an apology.
Because you did that live back in, what was it, May? Where
Wait,
you had me confused. Let me answer the question.
Ma'am, we're
Let
that
me
far
answer the
already.
question.
Because you sent me
Let me
emails
answer the
and I
question.
read them to my subscribers. Verbatim.
Let me answer the question. Why do you keep cutting me off?
Go from here on. Don't go way back here. We ain't got so much time. Get done. Go ahead. You sent emails. Yes, we've established that. We've established that.
You slandered me. You had me mixed up with Avery. You were
No, I
reading
didn't.
things off of your screen that were not mine. They were hers, and you attributed them to me.
So
You were so confused, and you had the audience so confused. You didn't even know what you were talking about.
okay. So I appreciate you for saying that. That was terrific points. Very good points that you've made. Very strong. You should be a fucking lawyer. Even if all that was true.
It
if
is.
all that was true, I would not apologize to you because you have scammed and ripped people off.
I haven't scammed you. Prove it. Prove it
What
right fucking
you
now.
were
Prove
saying was
it.
true, I would not apologize to you.
That's not true.
Well, your fifis, you're the one getting all mad right now. Your fifis were hurt so bad that that was like 7 months ago. 7 months ago, it's in your fucking free. So we're doing. I know. I sent Miss Diana a message or two ago. I'll use this to get my apology. And then you're begging me to come on your show. No thanks. It's easy for me to just make you over here. See how that works?
I don't care. Because I get to confront you. I don't give a shit. I'm good.
Yeah, you're really giving me a scolding. So you think that I owe you an apology because you wrote me emails, I read them, then you think I got you confused.
No, that's not what you
And
did.
you think that Miss Diana and Quentin Simon's babysitter is a good person to stir the pot and to get that apology out of.
Nope,
Is that what
you
you
got it wrong again. Clearly, you don't know what you're talking about. You really don't know what you're talking about.
Do I have it wrong? Do I have it wrong? Or all of the 20 creators who have done lives on you, do they have it all wrong?
Yes, they were wrong. I proved it already.
Everybody who's called you out, they've done all wrong.
Yes.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? It's a conspiracy, I think. I think that people are bullying you. And I think that
They were.
yeah. Lady, you know the reason I don't like you? The reason I don't like you, and how this all started. See, you can't come over here with shenanigans and being a Karen. They expect
Shenanigans.
I'm using my words too. How about to shut the fuck up and listen?
Don't talk to me like that, pussy.
Lady, what is the pussy stuff? How about this? You're tough? I don't hit women. Are you tough? You can keep talking like you're tough.
Technically, right here. All right. Oh my God, is this the funniest part ever? Are you tough? Are you tough? You're talking like you're tough. You're gonna pick a fight with her over the internet? This is so funny. Who's in whose head now? Who's in whose head now, white boy? Instant replay. Let's go.
So I'm gonna set a street beast match between you and my wife. So you can go in. It's on YouTube. It's a huge YouTube channel called Street Beats. They put boxing gloves on, and you guys can scrap it out. How much don't you like me? How much are you? Because you keep using that pussy word. I'm not cussing you like that. So if you're tough, let's show you how tough you are. You want to go on street games?
You want to go
right now? Is that what you want to do? Yeah, I'll pay for the expenses. Is that what you want to do? You and the world.
That's like what Dougie Hutton does.
What?
Is that? I'm asking yes or no. Yes or no.
You are deflecting right now.
No. You're actually properly addressing that first.
I always liked your wife and the emails that you had. Wait a minute.
No for this.
Wait a damn minute. I always liked your wife, and I was defending her to Avery.
I don't need to defend
And I sent her the email.
So the reason this started, guys, is because I was live one day, and this lady came in the chat. She doesn't realize my subscribers talk to me. This moron was the one who was doing all the doxing and digging for justice for nobody. She already told you about she's friends with Bullhorn Bay. So this lady, I see her in my comments. She's always in my comments. It's amazing how she wants to call me out. You're in every fucking channel. Again, if I'm a racist and exploiter, why are you always interacting with me? That's weird. By your own standards. However, I see her and she's asking questions about Candace. This goes back to before I went to Tennessee. So I see her, I time her out. I time her out when I see her.
What I asked.
She writes a book.
Tell them what I asked.
Lady, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
What did you ask?
In the chat, I asked, hey, this age progression. What the fuck are you muting me for? You just ask. You don't get to ask a question, then mute somebody. What the hell? Are you having fun?
Go ahead. We're waiting on you.
In chat, I had asked you, this age progression photo that you're showing of Summer, did it get approved by Dawn and Candace, or did they have any input on it? That was my question in chat. That was it. You are the one who, remember, I've got the emails. You're the one who thought that I was crying Sleuthy, the name that Avery was
Sleuthy.
You got me confused with her and you blocked me in the chat. So I emailed you and I was like, hey, dude, what's up? Why'd you block me? And you were like, you're crying Sleuthy. I don't want you in my chat. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And that was when me and Noelle talked and I found out about the Avery stuff.
Wait, whatever you say. So this is what I'm going to do. I got to give the history for it. This is what I'm going to do. Because you don't shut the fuck up. Either you can shut up or I'm going to boot you. Then you can talk. You've already lied like 10 times that I have to keep mental note of all the lies you've already done. So I have to go back and show myself the lies you've already done. So there's no more lies from here on out.
I haven't lied once.
Okay, this is how we're going to do this. You'll come back. You'll come back. So are you going to be quiet? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you going to be quiet? I'm going to kick you. You'll come back. It doesn't matter. But if I can get you quiet for 2 minutes, if it's worth kicking you. No, I don't want to. You are asking a question. I don't owe you an answer to that. I already know you work with Bullhorn Betty. I already know you work with Justice for All. What makes you think in your dunce head that you can ask a question about Dr. Candace Wells while I know who you associate with? That makes no sense. Either one of those creators, do they talk good about Dr. Candace? Do they help the case? No. And bitch, you do doxing and shit for Justice for All.
That's not
So
true.
that's why I timed you out. You don't have to ask me a question. I respond to what I want to respond to. So I know your shenanigans. Also, everybody on YouTube knows that. But you write all these emails, and I ignore you because you're a fucking mental case. Until
You didn't ignore me.
at one point, it gets so bad that I'm like, you know what, y'all, take a look at this. Kind of like disharmony. There's a lot of y'all that you in your head, you just literally said that all those channels that call you out, they have it all wrong. Do you know how crazy you sound?
They did
Do
have
you
it
know
wrong.
how crazy you sound? There's receipts
They
on
did have it wrong.
and now here you are, literally trying to defend yourself. You've been watching since before I started. You're emailing me. You've lied 1,000 times. I showed people.
As we close, it's essential to reflect on the bigger picture. Beyond the drama that fills our screens, this isn't just about a single story, friends, or even about getting every detail right. It's about our freedom to speak, to call out injustices, and to share the truth, especially in a landscape where voices are too often silenced or manipulated by powerful entities. The more we're distracted by trivial controversies, the easier it becomes for genuine corruption to go unchecked. Western civilization, once a beacon for free thought and expression, is now shadowed by digital gatekeepers who control narratives and decide what information reaches us. The right to share ideas, even when they challenge or disrupt, must be protected if we are to preserve any semblance of a real democracy. So as we acknowledge mistakes and work to correct misunderstandings, let's not lose sight of the larger issue, the fight for transparency, truth, and the freedom to express ourselves without fear of retribution from those in power. Let's stay vigilant, support each other, and keep questioning, because in the end, friends, our ability to speak freely is not just a right, it's our responsibility. Thank you for being part of this conversation.